Just want to grab this collectible. Wherever it is. Okay. Okay, other anime. I went from favorite games to favorite anime. I'm all over the place. Okay, no, we'll go back to anime later because again, it's something that I used to really enjoy, but I don't really do anymore. So, games. So yeah, One Piece World Seeker is really bad. I'm holding out hope. The One Piece Odyssey or whatever it was called. Can't remember. It looks kind of interesting. It looks more like a RPG, like a JRPG. I don't know if it is. I'm just saying what I think it is based off of screenshots, which I think I will enjoy a lot more than the One Piece game I'm playing. And then there is Dungeons 3, which I don't think is really for me. Some of the humor is really outdated. Like that came out in like 2017, 2018, something like that, and there's it's over 9,000 reference. Which, according to, from what I saw of reviewers, or well, not reviewers, what I saw people that were commenting on it, and they were like, well, you just need to switch your brain off and have some fun. Like, you know, but the references are so outdated. Like, I get that, you know, that's just the tone of the games. That's just how they... What the fuck are you doing, mate? That's just how they are. But it's like... If I'm cringing at the humor, I'm cringing at the humor. Like, so I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying that the humor isn't for me. It's just too. It's not. There's no salty. There's no salty in the humor. It's just, hey, references, and that's the humor. And I'm not crazy about that. And we need more hovercrafts in games. Okay, what else is there? Master Chief Collection. I fucking love Halo. Halo isn't perfect. Halo is really good now. I have a very, very, very big soft spot for Halo. Always been a fan, even as a kid. I played a lot of it as a kid. Like, Halo 3 was my shit. Like, Halo 3 was what got me into online gaming. Because I don't really play shooters or anything really casually in it anymore. But, like, back in the day on the 360, I would play Halo 3, go multiplayer, just, you know, play for a couple of hours with randomers. You know, I used to love that shit. How am I leaving the mission zone? I'm going towards the mission. Oh my god. See, this is another thing I hate in open world games. It's open world, but you're not allowed to go to where you need to go because you're going slightly out of the way because you're not going the intended path. Like, it's an open world game. Why isn't there an intended path? Like, just give me the freedom to explore. That was another issue I had with Red Dead Redemption 2. It's too restrictive. Oh, you want to go on top of that building for a sniping to get a sniper position? Oh, sorry, you've gone out of bounds. You want to do this thing where you got to loot this poker game? Well, you can only go in there in the scripted way. You can't go in there in the non-scripted way. It's like, why give me a beautiful open world and make it open for most things, but then restrict me in the dumbest fucking ways for these things? Like, why? Why do you make it so you can only do it in one way? Why can't you just let me climb the roofs, sneak in from the roof? Oh, and then just only to discover, no, you can't sneak in from the roof. You need to talk to this guy, so I'll tell you about the poker game, and then you need to go in the poker game place, hold up the guy, he'll let you in the back, then you get into a potential gunfight, and you steal the money. It's restrictive, it's unimaginative, and it takes control away from the player. If you're gonna have an open world, do not take control away from the player. It's just my opinion. Christ. Okay. So yeah, that's why I don't like Red Dead. Too much control away from the player, and it's very boring. Okay. And then the whole thing with the fucking horse unequipping your armor. armor and equipping your loadout. Okay, so let's move on to things I actually like. So yeah, Halo, really love it. Used to play a lot of multiplayer casually. What was it as well? I used to play a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I played a lot of back in the day. Back when like Call Me Kevin was still the troll guy. What was the series called? How to Annoy. Like, okay, if you remember How to Annoy, but you haven't put it together, if you do watch Kevin, you know, Call Me Kevin, you haven't put it together that Call Me Kevin is the How to Annoy guy. There you go. He is fantastic. I love Call Me Kevin. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorite channels. Like, my favorite channel on YouTube is probably to this day still Nerd Cubed. Even though he isn't uploading much anymore, he's too busy writing a book. But Nerd Cubed is, oh, he's so good. Honestly, one of my favorite people on this planet. But Call Me Kevin, you know, grew up with that. He's a really cool dude, really lovely bloke, I assume. And then who else is there? So I grew up on Achievement Hunter, big fan of Ray, big fan of Michael, Jeff, Jack, all of them. Very happy for them all that are doing their own things. Even if Achievement Hunter is now dead, if you only just heard that Achievement Hunter is dead. Sorry, yeah, Achievement Hunter is dead. They've all moved on to other things. And honestly, I'm happy for them. As sad as I was to see Achievement Hunter go, I haven't watched Achievement Hunter in years because ever since Jeremy left and the whole thing with Ryan, and then everyone's like branched off and doing their own things, Jeff wasn't in Let's Plays anymore. Just like everyone else, I started to lose interest. And I left. And I stopped watching. And it was a shame, because it was such a big part of my childhood. But hey, they're all doing their own things now. Dog Bark is actually kind of funny. Oh, fuck. Like, Dog Bark is the new thing that Michael, Alfredo, and Joe, that's the new guy that I haven't really seen much of, and Joe are doing. And at first I was like very, is it apprehensive? Apprehensive? I had my concerns that it wouldn't be good. And I'm happy to say that after the first green screen video, which was a bit, had a couple of funny moments, and that was literally just them breaking from their own bits that was funny, rather than the actual bits. The one with them as rats in New York was genuinely quite funny. I laughed way more watching that one than I did with the chicken one or the weight trainer one. Even though the weight trainer one was pretty funny, but again, a lot of the humor from that came from Joe breaking and Michael making Joe break. So, you know, Dog Bark is good. It's very weird. Dog Bark is very weird, but I am enjoying it. And I'm sure that Michael and that will be very happy to know that people are enjoying it. Because, no, like I said, the whole reason Achievement Hunter died is because they weren't enjoying it. And the fans just weren't there anymore because the fans were getting bored of the product. And to be fair, the product had changed a lot. Like, Achievement Hunter and the Let's Plays went from a group of friends to playing games to a group of internet personalities playing games. You no longer really felt like they were friends, even though they clearly were. But there were like little issues popping up, like with Kai getting into that argument with Jack. Like, there was this Gmod video where Jack just disappears after like a bad moment with Kai, and Kai was being a bit. I mean, I don't know. A lot of fans don't like Kai, and they also had problems with Crystal, but again, a lot of the audience just had a problem with black women and women in general with Achievement Hunter. So, like, it's not like I agree with, like, everything the fans, some of the fans thought. But I will agree that in that episode, with Kai pissing off Jack, that was kind of like a very, what the fuck is this kind of moment for me. As a fan. And what else was there? There was also another problem. The you're dead thing. There was another problem with Kai and fuck. There was another problem with Kai and Jack, in which the Kai would demand things off of Jack, and Jack would be left with nothing. And it's just, it was little things like that where it felt like this isn't fun to watch. Like, these people are getting legitimately annoyed at each other, and some of them are acting really petty. And this is getting annoying. And this is getting frustrating. Like, I don't want to watch this. Like, the whole appeal to Achievement Hunter was that it was a group of friends. And this group of friends were starting to... I mean, they all had, like, their bickering and their fighting, but it was a lot more playful and it was a lot less serious. With the whole Kai and Jack situation, it felt like things... I mean, I could be completely wrong here, and that Kai and Jack could easily tell me, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'd be like, okay, you know what, fair. I'm just seeing it from the outside. But it was just, as a fan, just wasn't... It wasn't the best. And it wasn't fun to witness. Okay, what do we want to use here? Might just go with that and I got a suppress on it. Okay. Okay, so away from the gym, as we talk about games. Sorry for it becoming so rambly. It's just, that's how I am. I also played Crackdown. Yeah, I started Achievement Hunting Crackdown 3. Because as you can see here, a minute, not there. Where is it? Where's the monthly thing where it shows you who's got what in a month? There you go. You can see up there 5,000 this month. I've been just playing games for achievements. Like, I've been hunting games for achievements, and like, there's a lot of games that aren't done. Like, I just did this recently. I 100% did that on PC. Don't know if I'm doing that on console because fuck me, those Amon fights. Oh, they are fucking so viciously hard. And Yakuza Kiwami, I'm struggling with my Legend playthrough because I'm at that part where you're shooting guns in the car, and on Legend, the checkpoint sets you way back to a previous boss fight, and it's too stressful. I just can't get past it. But I love collecting achievements. I just find it really fun. And let's do that. And it's...
I can do it.
And it's just... I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Fuck. This happens a lot, by the way. I had really bad memory. But anyway, we'll just get back to what I was saying before. So I played Crackdown 3 because I'm such a big fan of achievements. And Crackdown 3 is like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7. It's got I kind of like the old schoolness to it. But I understand that, again, like for Dragon Quest 11, that's a bit of criticism that some people would have with it, because like with Dragon Quest 11, people thought it was too traditional. Like, there wasn't enough changes. It was too much like the previous games. And I understand that. Like, legitimately. Legitimately, I understand that. I don't agree, but I understand it. And so... Crackdown 3 is, again, fine. It is fine. It's got its issues, but it's fun. It's decent. But, pardon me. Oh wait, my cup of tea. Fuck. It's gonna be proper cold, so I'm just gonna finish it now. I didn't put too much sugar in that one. So yeah. I've forgotten again. Oh man, my memory's so bad. Oh no, wait, Crackdown 3. Can I hit you? No. Yeah, so Crackdown 3, again, it's just fine. It's got some issues. Whatever. I like the old schoolness to it. Yakuza 3, I'm playing on PC because I haven't completed it on PC yet, and the achievements are separate. I played through all of the Yakuza games, as I said in the Yakuza Ishin video. Sorry, Like a Dragon Ishin video. But, should I rank them? I think I have ranked them, but I just remembered. Sorry, I'm scattering all over the place. So, I did a video about my greatest games of all time. Like, I did a list, and I just haven't edited it or released it yet because I haven't gotten around to it. But I have one that's ready. It's good to go, and I could have filled that list with Yakuza games, but I didn't. I just put my favorite ones there, which is, I'll leave it for the video. But there's a couple on there. And I've lost where I was going again. I forgot what the point of this was. And this is the issue with me not having having anyone in chat. Like, there's no one in chat to keep me accountable and to help me like keep track of where I am, what I'm talking about. And if you're wondering why I'm having such difficulty, I genuinely don't know. It's just something that I've always had. I mean, it wasn't always had. It's like, my memory wasn't always this bad. But, well, that is a hiding spot for it, isn't it? Oh, is it now sinking? Is it gonna count yet? Oh, it says bonus complete. Okay. But, there, it's gone again. Whatever I was talking about, whatever thought process I had, it's gone again. Okay, let's just start to talk about games again. I do apologize for, like, if I have something interesting to say and I just forget it, or if there's like a thing that you're actually interested in hearing me talk about and then I just forget it, because I am just all over the place. Okay. Go back to games. So I've got an actual list up now. So, see, my brain is already going. There's more information to talk about, like, how I need to get back into. I need to get back into playing Guess That Game, which is really fun. I need to continue that series. I also need to continue something else I was recording that I can't remember. Okay. So I played a bit of Forza Motorsport, like the new one that came out. And I thought I'd play it for about 6 hours, and then not play it again until like the future. I only played it for like 3 or 4 hours before I uninstalled it. And the reason I uninstalled it is because I wanted more hard drive space, and that game takes up a ton of space, but also because I don't really like Forza that much, because I'm not a car guy. I've never really been interested in cars. It's just not a interest of mine. I've got nothing against people that like cars. It's just something that never really interested me. I mean, I liked Hot Wheels as a kid, but I never really got into cars. I was always more into motorbikes. And you may be thinking, well, if you're into motorbikes, then do you like MotoGP? No. Those games are not fun. They are not newbie friendly. They are like very much like just for their fan base, and it's not for new people. It's too hardcore for me. It's not casual enough. Which may be thinking, and fairly saying, well, you're just a bitch now, aren't you? You won't learn how to play the game. And yeah, you're not wrong. But it's just like, I can't get into it. It's too hard. That's my thing. It's too hard. It's too serious. And I'm not invested in motorbike racing at all. I don't follow F1. When I did follow F1 in quotation marks, and I did follow it, I would like watch it whenever it was on TV with my granddad. But I was never like, oh yeah, Michael Schumacher, I can't wait to see him drive, or Alfonso, or not Richard Hammond. What's his name? The British one. I can't think of his name. You know, the guy, the English one, Hamilton, maybe. Was it Hamilton? I mean, I like I'm saying, like, you can tell me, but you can't, because, you know, you might be watching a video. And if I look in chat, oh yeah, welcome to the chat room, connecting to chat. Yeah, my internet's doing that again. Yeah, my chat nowadays largely consists of welcome to the chat room, 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 because it doesn't fucking stay connected properly on this internet. It's not moving when it... Yeah, that's moving. I can't catch up to that. Let's go and do you. Okay. So let's get back to the list then, because I'm spiraling again. So yeah, driving games are fine. I'm just not a big car guy, or I like motorbikes, but I like the idea of driving a motorbike in real life rather than being like a big motorbike fan. Same with F1, I would just watch it casually. Next on my list is The Legend of Tiending, or Tiending. Cool little game. Couldn't get into it, but it's a cool little game. I do recommend it if you like side-scrolling fighting games. The combat's actually surprisingly in depth. It's got surprising depths to it. Like, one of my main criticisms in that game early on is it felt too basic. I was like, is the combat gonna open up at all? And then thankfully it did, but again, side-scrolling games just aren't really my thing, but I do appreciate that game. I do have respect for it. And I do think there's a good game in there. It's just not my kind of thing. Alright, but you know, if it's ever on sale, I'll pick it up, because I think the devs deserve to be paid for that game. And because I was playing it on Game Pass, and I think it's left Game Pass now. That's the only reason why I started playing it. What am I meant to be finding here? Is it just that? Okay. I found that immediately. And they come in my way. I might not be able to get onto the road in time. Okay, so next is the Lamplighters League. I want to continue this. So, the Lamplighters League is an interesting RTS. Is it RTS? I don't know. And I don't really play those kind of games. It's kind of like the Mario Rabbids Switch one, where it's like a strategy game. And it's a cool little game. It's a cool little game. I just need to get into it. It's got like this nice fit 1930s design to it, and it's definitely interesting. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? God, I didn't destroy all three of them. Uh-oh. No, leave me alone right now! Okay, all good. I don't know if I can take on a rhino. No, that car's on fire. Uh-oh. Stop. Stop! We can be friends. I'm half expecting Jim Carrey to come crawling out of his ass. Okay. Stop right now. Okay, just go. Just die. I mean, it's a rhino. It's going to take a lot of hits from an arrow. Leave the civilians alone. Okay, I missed again. Yeah, come over this way. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a fire arrow. I take it I can't get my skin now. Oh, I can. It's just I can't get close enough. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. Animation, animation, please. Please, please. Game, game. Okay, all good. Oh god, the fire's spreading. Okay. Next, let's move on. So Lamplight is a cool little game. Need to put more time into it. Cool little game, just need to put some more time into it. Next up on the list of games I've played is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. A little game with some actual funny writing. It's very like internet comedy, if you know what I mean by that. You know, referencing YouTubers and shit. I think there's a "yeah, baby, that's what we've been waiting for," you know, joke in there. You know, reference to Moist Critical. You know, little humor, like little bits like that. It's a fun little game. You can 100% it in about 3-4 hours, maybe shorter than that if you're just better at games than me. But yeah, it's a cool little game. Party Animals. It's kind of like Gang Beasts, but with a slightly higher budget. And by slightly higher, I just mean a high budget. It's a very pretty, very fun, arcadey kind of game. Controls were a little... but it's good. It's good. It's fun. It's very fun to play with friends. I highly recommend playing it with friends and not playing it solo, because solo is far more frustrating and you're not going to have as much fun playing it alone as you would experience it playing with a friend, which would be a lot more enjoyable. So again, recommend it as a party game. Don't really recommend it as a solo game to play. Pizza Possum. This is a very, very small game by a very small dev team. It's by an indie team. Pizza Possum is a game that you've probably never heard of, and it's a fun little game. It's just a very basic little game where you're a possum and you're trying to steal a king's pizza. And the whole excuse for the game is stolen pizza is my favorite kind of pizza. And so there you go. That's really all you need to know. It's a very simple, small game about a possum with a possum stealing a king's pizza. That's all there is to it. It's very simple, but it's fun. It's a fun little game, and it's only £5. So if you have an Xbox and you like achievements, and you like fun little indie games, give it a try. Give it a try, and you may like it. Because I know I definitely like it. Okay, next. Starfield. Oh, this is one that I want to be so positive about, but it's a Bethesda game, so I can't. The reason I'm saying that is because Bethesda is overrated. Bethesda people adore. Me, I am not crazy about Bethesda. For instance, Skyrim. One of the most popular, one of the most critically acclaimed. I was trying to swap gun and it wouldn't fucking swap because the game wanted me to heal, and so it took over Y from swap gun to heal. So Starfield, because Bethesda, you know. So Bethesda are revered. They are loved. They are adored, but also heavily criticized. People love them for Skyrim, and I don't like Skyrim. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people saying, oh, well, that's, you know, that's fucking stupid, because Skyrim's one of the best games ever made. And yeah, Skyrim is a good game. Do you know what it isn't? A good RPG. In an RPG, okay, it goes in the name. RPG. Role-playing game. You cannot roleplay in Skyrim. You just can't. No, are no roleplay options. It is so incredibly basic. The only real thing you can roleplay, I guess, would be your class and whatever you decide in your headcanon is the way that the game goes and what your character would do. There's no real options in the game to like pick dialogue options that would fit your like idea of your character that you want to roleplay. There is no real major consequences for a lot of your actions. It's just you okay. In this, look, Skyrim is good at one thing, giving you a big open world to explore and have lots of combat and dungeons to delve into with some really fantastic lore. But that isn't what I go to games for. That is the absolute basic line of what I think is acceptable for a game. Is interesting lore. You know, you don't always need interesting lore, but just hear me out. So interesting lore, you need at least a interesting, semi-interesting world. You need decent gameplay, which Skyrim doesn't have, in my opinion. And you need a decent story. You know, as long as those things are decent, as long as you got those things, it's a fine game. Now, Skyrim's story is fine, so it's already got that. The combat is not good. Some people may disagree with me. I think that the combat in Skyrim is very floaty. There's no impact. It's just their problem with the creation engine. It's the same problem with Fallout 4, even though Fallout 4 has much better combat than, let's say, New Vegas or Fallout 3, which both of those have very... It's just Skyrim / Oblivion, but with guns, and it feels just as bad as you would imagine. So, we'll get back on topic with Starfield. So, my issue is this with Starfield. It is Skyrim, but in space. The role-playing is minimal. The quests are simple, and for the large part, until like near the end of the game, very uninteresting. The dialogue feels unnatural. The world, the planet exploration is repetitive. It is dull, but it's also the best part of the game. The ships are underutilized, but it is very, very cool designing your ship and seeing it all come together. It's a very fun experience building your ships, going inside them after building them, but there are issues such as, oh, do you want to know what kind of interior your ship is going to have before you put it together? Well, fuck you, because we didn't put that in the game. Yep, you can't check interiors before you do it. You just have to use a post that people have made online, like a wiki, or you just have to trial and error it and waste your fucking credits. Or you can do it the smart way, which is completely unnecessary and shouldn't be a thing. But you can save the game, you can build the ship, and if you don't like it, you write down the bit that ruined it, and then you reload your save and rebuild it. Which is fucking shit. So shit. If you just put in the basic fucking function to look inside your ship and see the interior before you fucking pay and put all the shit together. It's just, there's so many little things that could have been better, and they didn't put the effort in to make it that way. And I believe a lot of that will have to do with the mindset they use, which is, I blame Todd Howard, is the it just works mentality of, oh, you have a problem with it? Well, that's your fault, that's not the game's fault. Because it's like, what was it that Todd Howard said? He said, performance of PC was bad? Oh, just get a better gaming PC. Not, okay, yeah, we can have a look at how to optimize this for weaker systems. It was blame the customer. And that is an attitude that I do not like to see from developers. Now, talking about my favorite game of this year, Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, the best game I've played all year, and some of the best devs I have ever had the fortune of having any experiences with. The Baldur's Gate 3 dev team are some of the most passionate and pro-consumer developers I have ever encountered in my time like playing video games. They are fucking brilliant. Not perfect, but they are brilliant, and they treat the customers with respect. They are very, very open with the community. They are very communicative with the community. And they are just big fans of video games, making video games, and are happy that people are just playing their games and that people are enjoying what they make. I really need to pick up a different gun here because I don't have ammo. So, I'm gonna die here. I'm dead. And so, I just have an issue with the attitude of Bethesda and the seeming disdain they have for their own audience whenever they have any criticism. And a lot of this criticism is very fair. Because Bethesda likes to act like, oh, their game's got 10 out of 10s by reviewers. Well, then it must be a 10 out of 10 games. And if you don't agree, then you're wrong because the reviewers said so. No. Look, Starfield is not a 10 out of 10. I could not disagree more with the critics. I think the critics were way, way off. Starfield is fun for like a while, and then you start seeing all the problems. You start seeing all of the missing features. You start seeing all of the problems you encounter because of a lack of care and effort to make the game easier for the player, to make the things more convenient, to make it more enjoyable. They just make things needlessly tedious and annoying because they can, and they don't want to address it. And if you have a problem, then it's your fault as the player, it's not ours. We made a great game. If you have any issues with the game, that's you as the consumer being a whiny baby bitch, and you need to get over it. That is the attitude that I fucking hate, I despise, and Bethesda can quite frankly go fuck themselves for having that kind of gall to treat their customers like that. I am just not a fan at all when customers are treated like that. Because, like, we spend money. We spend money on games. We put, you know, all this time and commitment into making mods for your games. We put time and energy into sharing our love and admiration for your games. And then you just turn around and shit on the fans that make your games what they are. No, you just shit on the fans that support you. You shit on the fans that defend you when you shouldn't be defended. It's just, it rubs me the wrong way. Bethesda just needs to sort their shit out, and I think that shit will be sorted out. Not only when they hire more competent people in key positions, but also when they get rid of fucking Todd Howard. Because Todd Howard, I keep making the mistake of giving him the benefit of the doubt. Todd Howard is an annoying cunt. He just doesn't seem to really care at all. It just feels like he wants to leave behind the legacy of being behind Bethesda, and he cares not much else outside of that.
They're holding my friends hostage. You have to save them.
I'll take care of it.
So yeah, Todd Howard, not a big fan. He pisses me off a lot, just with the way he treats his treats the audience and the way that
I want to talk to you.
he's very dismissive over criticism. Shit. Moving out, which I need to put more time into. Dead Rising 2 off the record. I forgot to mention that was about Dead Rising 2. Dead Rising 2 off the record is good. That final boss fight is really, really weird. It feels unfinished. Payday 3 is interesting. It's fine. It's a little disappointing after years and years of waiting for the next one, but it's not terrible. It's just, yeah. which is what I was kind of expecting from Payday 3. I was just expecting it to be kind of Ed Zero Zombie Uprising, really fucking weird game. I can't continue it because it's no longer in Game Pass, but it's really fucking weird. It's an odd one. What else? Liza P. Cool, little interesting game, but there's one issue. I hate being negative. I do not like Souls-likes. Or Soul-likes, whatever you want to call it. Soul-likes, Souls-likes. I don't like them. I don't enjoy the combat, and that's... Okay, so one of the reasons I think I don't like it is because they're too fucking hard. And I'm not good. I'm not good at them. But if the combat was more fun, if the games were more fun, I would put more time into them. I would, like, figure out the gameplay. But the combat is so not fun that I don't want to play them. And I know loads of people are going to disagree with me and be like, Liza P is one of the best games in a year. Maybe. I don't know. But it's like Lords of the Fallen. I have no interest. Zero. Elden Ring. No interest. Because the gameplay, for me, isn't fun. I'm not going to say that they are bad games, but I do not find them fun. So for me, it's not good. Because I value fun over pretty much everything else. I want a game to be fun, and if the game is not fun, then I am not going to enjoy it. And that's probably one of the reasons why I love the Yakuza series, Ryuga Gotoku games so much, is because they prioritize fun over pretty much everything else. That doesn't mean that fun comes over in the story, doesn't mean that fun comes over, like, making the game believable. It just means that they balance everything, and they make the story super serious for the most part, and they make the story very interesting, and then the side content is where it gets wacky. The side content is when the characters really, really open up, showing off more of their personality. That's not something that the main story is, like, devoid of characters having emotions or anything. No, it's not. But you really get to know the characters fully in the side content, even more so than in the story. And I like that. I like that aspect of my character isn't just an NPC. My character isn't just, a guy that doesn't have his own opinions and thoughts and things outside of the story. Like, Kiryu in Yakuza 1 is pro-trans rights. Like, you can come across a trans person and he's like, well, it doesn't matter to me as long as you're happy. And I love that. That is such a lovely little thing. And we're talking about a game from Japan in the early and mid 2000s, and they have a trans positive main character, and they have this character who is ingrained with kindness, and it's just something that you don't see a lot of. Like, you've always got your kind characters in games, but they're always kind of like, they don't feel genuinely kind some of the times. But Kiryu is, like, genuinely kind. He, like, ignoring the fact that he did slap Horuka, which I disagree with, never slap kids. And, some parts in the game, it just feels a bit mean-spirited at, like, little points. But, culture of it and the way that the characters are in. But there's just some things about the characters that are so genuinely kind, and I just appreciate it. And you just get to know these characters so well. Anyway, I forgot what my main point was. I was somehow gotten out from Liza P, and I don't remember how. Okay, moving on. Vigor. It's like the guys who made DayZ. It's like this MMO game where it's kind of like Escape from Tarkov, but a lot more casual. It's fine. It's very clearly low budget. It's like DayZ and Escape from Tarkov had like a little semi-challenge mentally baby. Probably could have put that a bit more of a politically correct way, but whatever. That's how I feel about that game. It's just kind of kind of weirdly, yeah. It's just fine. It's just very fine. But it's not. Yeah. And it's one of those games that I would much prefer to play on a PC because mouse and keyboard controls are so much better for those kind of games. And it definitely feels like the gameplay is built for a mouse and keyboard. Now, the annoying thing on Xbox is that you can control the character with a keyboard. But here's the thing: when the game does support a keyboard, it doesn't support a mouse. Why? Why would you do that? Anyway. Fuck. Anyway. Hey, so that's Vigor. Then I played a fishing game of some kind. Oh boy. Oh boy. So yeah, a fishing game, Call of the something. I'm a little bit distracted. Call of the Wild, the Angler. Semi-interesting little game. Oh, fuck, I've got no ammo whatsoever, for fuck's sake. Well, I'm out of here. Oh, I'm dead. I am so dead. I am dead. I am so incredibly dead. Yeah, no, just bark, just bark, just bark. No. No. Get the fucking, get, fuck, shit, cunt, shit, fuck. Okay, well, good. Psychonauts 2 is a very cool little game. I didn't play any original Psychonauts, but I started Psychonauts 2, and while I'm not a big fan of 3D platformers, it's a good little game. Very good little game. I think if you love those old school like kind of games like Rayman 3 or Ratchet and Clank, I think you would absolutely adore. And I truly... Oh, fuck off. Hey, get off. Oh, fuck you. I think you would absolutely adore Psychonauts 2. I heavily recommend it. It's a fantastic game. BioShock Remastered. Never been a fan of BioShock. I bought that on sale because I've only ever really played Infinite. I got about halfway through and then I got bored. BioShock, the gameplay just isn't very fun. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. A lot of people are going to say BioShock is fantastic, and you could be right, but it's just not for me, so I'm like very slowly scratching my way through it. The Sims 4. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm playing this for achievements on Xbox, but The Sims 4... Go look at my channel. I have a video of me like shitting all over Sims 4 for like 40 minutes. Just talking about how awful The Sims 4 is. For like just the way they monetize it and the laziness that's gone into developing it. It feels like a game that released way too early, and they can't put any effort into properly developing. I'm out of grenades. I'm out of ammo again. Ah. Oh, I got a condom off of him. Ew. Fuck you, cunt. It's BioShock. Yeah. Next is Arcade Paradise. It's no longer on Game Pass, so I can't continue it. It's fine. It's just this like little low-budget arcade game where you build an arcade, something in a laundromat. I need to put more time into it, but I can't anymore. It was a fine little game. I'm sure the achievements for it aren't too bad, but I can't say much about it. Yakuza Kiwami already spoke about that. Halo Spartan Assault is like a spin-off where it's like not a roguelike, but it's one of those top-down shooters where you use the analog stick to shoot. It's fine. Not my kind of game. Mars Warlogs. Oh, this one's rough. So Mars Warlogs is a game that I can't play because my Xbox no longer plays 360 games because of my internet provider being a bitch. It's very rough. It was a very, very ambitious game built on the budget the size of a squirrel. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I played a bit of multiplayer on this back when 360 stuff was working on my PC. It was fun replaying that on multiplayer. I was thinking about playing through the story, but I'd already got most of the story achievements, and the ones that I hadn't involved playing the game on the hardest difficulty and doing them under a certain amount of times, which I couldn't be bothered doing. Midnight Fight Express, fun little game, but the combat is too simple. I felt like if it had more of a Yakuza style combat, I would have enjoyed it a lot more, but the combat's just too basic. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, awful. Awful, one of the worst games I've ever played. I don't know how to pronounce this. Inertial Drift. Inertial Drift. Inertial Drift. Cool little game. Honestly. It's like kind of a 90s arcadey. It's kind of like it's inspired by like the 90s retro drifting racing kind of games. Cool little game, nothing overly special, but hey, it's a fun little game and it's cheap. You can't really complain. It's $20. Whatever that is in British pounds, probably about 15, 16 pounds. Yeah, I'm out of fucking knees, aren't I? Have I got any fire arrows? How do I check? I got no arrows. Oh yeah. Can't burn that. Oh wait. I have Molotovs. There we go. Okay, that was lucky. Imagine if I threw in my last Molotov by accident. Hey, see, I would do that, but I have no ammunition. Yeah, I should head back to a town and restock. I've been going for nearly 3 hours. Look at that. Once I stopped paying attention to the story and I just started running around and doing shit and just casually talking in the background, this became a lot more fun for me. Even if I have alienated a bunch of people by shitting on games that they like. Wallet is full. Oh, I guess I better buy some shit. Okay, I've spent too much. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna buy those maps as I go along because I do like to. I'm gonna do on the collectibles because I want to get achievements. So I am gonna do all of them. As long as it isn't too much. Like I managed to do it in Far Cry 3, so we'll see if I can do it in this as well. Yeah, so we have ammunition now. Okay, not a lot. Maybe we'll focus on hunting. Getting the shit I need. I've been recording for 3 hours, so I'm gonna quickly end the recording and start a new one. Just that if anything corrupts or crashes, I don't lose all of that footage. So see you guys in 5 minutes on stream. And for those who are watching the video, if this video isn't about to end and go on to the next episode, see you in a second. If not, see you next time. Ta-ra! Well, welcome back. If this is a new video, hello! If this is you coming back to a already existing video, hello! Hello. Yeah. So I've had a nice little break. Got a drink. We should probably focus on this shit. So we need Tapir. So let's look on the map for where Tapir are. So I think that's a Tapir, right? Yep, so we need to head over there. So let's fast travel. Can you fast travel to these? No, you can't. Okay, where can I go? I can go here. Okay. We'll continue with the topics that I had, which was video games as we play through. So, Next on the list, I'm not going through like a list of these because I don't know if I specified this earlier. If I had, whoops. This is just a list of games I played in like my play history on trueachievements.com. So, Deathloop. Oh, okay, Deathloop is a game I have not finished. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of that game properly. Because I am needing to put more time into it before I can get into it, because at the minute I'm not feeling it. The humor's okay, the writing is the gameplay is but I'm so early on that I can't really comment on the full game, so I will not be commenting on the full game. I'll just be saying that my early impressions are next is Back 4 Blood. Now, this game was meant to be a spiritual successor to one of my favorite series, Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2 is one of my favorites of all time. I might have even forgotten to put that on my greatest games of all time list. If I have, fuck, because it definitely deserves to be on that list. But Left 4 Dead 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's phenomenal, and we haven't gotten Left 4 Dead 3. And when they said spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, you know, Back 4 Blood, I was like, oh shit, this could be really good. I'm really, really excited. And then I play Back 4 Blood. And Back 4 Blood is really shit. And so you may be wondering, what's so bad about it? Why is it really shit? Well, it lacks any and all personality. It does not have the charm, the technical wonder, nor the fun of Left 4 Dead 2, a game that came out in 2009. It is wholly uninteresting. It is creatively bankrupt. It is one of the blandest, most unfun, generic pieces of shit I've ever played. The card system is terrible. The mobs are just straight up ripped from Left 4 Dead with no interesting variations. The zombies are not even remotely interesting or even fun to combat. The game is just incredibly it is wasted potential, the video game. Alright, so next is Vember. So Vember's like this family, forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it's like an Indian family, and the whole game is built around you playing as a Indian wife who has a passion for cooking, and you're making loads of Indian foods for your husband, for your children, shit like that. Interesting little game. Not something that I am like dying to continue, which I don't think I can. I think it's off at Game Pass now. It was fine. Honestly, not the worst, not the best thing I've ever played. It's just eat my asshole. It's just fine. It's not my kind of thing. Fucking dog botherer. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, these are boars, aren't they? These aren't pigs, these are actual boars. Okay. I didn't check if I picked up enough tapir, so we're gonna check in a minute. Crafting, I did. Perfection. Perfection. So I need to get pigskin, and I need to get honey... Oh, fuck. Honey badgers. Honey badgers are vicious. And I need one more boar skin, so we're gonna kill one more boar. Shot in the ass, and now you're dead. That was what was that? You give love a bad name. Who is that? I don't know. I don't really like classic rock. Maybe I'll talk about music later. Because I love music. Okay. Ammo bag is done. Next we need those dog things. Okay. And a D-hole. Whatever doll is. And then tiger. And more boar. Okay. So let's just kill you. Okay, next is Resident Evil 2, the remake. Oh, fuck you, cunt. Fucking prick bastard. Fuck you. Fuck, I can't hit a fucking bird with a fucking bow and arrow on a fucking controller. Mouse and keyboard, I could definitely hit that. That's not me coping. I could hit that. But on a controller, I just don't see myself doing it. There's not enough precision. I'm gonna stop wasting arrows. Okay, so we have that. So cool and cool. We just need more tapir. Okay, well let's just go back and look for more tapir. Okay, so Resident Evil 2, the remake. Oh, fuck, I missed. Oh, no, I am hitting it. Ah, da, 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 da. Is that a Wolverine? What are you? I thought that was a skunk, but it's definitely not. Is that a honey badger? No, this is a Wolverine, right? Oh, it is a honey badger. What the fuck does a Wolverine look like, then? Okay. So yeah, Resident Evil 2, the remake. People are gonna disagree with me so heavily on this, but I don't like it. It's fine. It's I don't like backtracking games, and that's a backtracking game. So yeah. It was doomed from the start. I was never gonna like it. Oh, that was a D-hole. Okay. I know that's not I know they're not called D-holes, but it's, what is it? A doll? A D-hole is funnier to me. Yeah, Resident Evil 2, it's fine. Not my kind of game. I think it's a good game. I just don't like it. Rocket League. I love-hate relationship. Everyone knows Rocket League. It's a game. It's football, but with cars and rockets strapped to the back of them. It's fine. It's good. It's okay. It's all of the above. I preferred it much more when it wasn't an Epic game, because since going to Epic, it's gone from having a couple microtransactions to having a shit ton of microtransactions. So, not particularly fond. Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer. Don't really have much of a thought on this one, it's just very weird. It's fine. Again, just not my thing. I'm not crazy about it. Alright, monkey. Okay. Tapir over this way. Next, because yeah, it's like an old school 90s kind of game, very Doom-like. I wasn't ever a big fan of Doom, nor the originals nor the remakes. It's just not my kind of game, sadly. Serious Sam. Unfortunately, again, not my kind of game. It just never has been. Even the early ones, I've just never been a big fan of Serious Sam. I tried playing Serious Sam 4. Not Serious Sam 4. I did try playing Serious Sam 4. I thought it was really bad. Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. Bit naff. Bit naff in it. Not that good. Next, Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. I really hate how negative I'm being. I don't like it. It's just not fun. It's a bad game. The Ascent. Cool little game. Cool little roguelike. Very, very good graphics. Interesting world. I'm just not crazy about it. I think if I had more time with it, I would have fallen in love. I could have fallen in love with it, but unfortunately, I did not put enough time into it. Before it left Game Pass, so I can't continue it. Bulletstorm. So it's fine. You know, it's a very casual, just shoot things and cool, collect some collectibles. Unfortunately, because I'm an idiot and I didn't double check to make sure achievements were unlocking, none of the achievements unlocked, so I have to replay it, and I'm not looking forward to replaying it because it was fun, but it was one of those games where you play it once and that's enough. Never have to play it again. Unfortunately, I have to play it again, and I'm not looking forward to that. Because it's going to be a slog. Okay. Merge and Blade. Actually quite an interesting game. And then it just stops being interesting and it becomes really tedious. Really cool concept. Just feels like they could have done more of it and they didn't go far enough with it. They could have been more experimental and they could have just added more mechanics in the game, but they just don't. It's just what you see at the beginning is what you see by the end. New Super Lucky Tale. Much better than the original Super Lucky Tale. If you like those old school platformers like Ratchet and Clank 3, no, Ratchet and Clank 3, Rayman 3, Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts, you'll like it. If you don't, then it's not for you. Gears of War 4 is fine. I'm burnt out in Gears of War. I've always liked Gears of War, but I've never loved it. I've always found Gears of War to be a little bit boring, but I did like them when I was younger. But I just find them kind of dull now. They don't really excite me, even though there was one fight in one of them. Might have been 3. It was like you're on a rotating plate in like a carnival kind of thing, and it's genuinely really cool. Genuinely really cool. Really fun boss fight. And I just hadn't continued it. And I don't know if that's in 4 or if that's in 3, but that was a really cool boss fight. So whichever game that is in, recommend that fight. AEW Fight Forever. I was so excited for AEW Fight Forever. Because I love pro wrestling. I've been a pro wrestling fan since I was a little kid. And I still watch it because AEW revived my love of wrestling. Until 2019, I only really watched WWE. A little bit of NXT, a tiny bit of New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I was mainly just like a WWE guy. After years on years of frustration with the burial of Zack Ryder, Damian Sandow, Dolph Ziggler, and eventually Dean Ambrose, I gave up on the product. Just like Dean Ambrose, I was done. The creative the creative team were doing a terrible job. They were butchering my favorite wrestlers. Jon Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose, was my favorite wrestler by far. Came back from an injury, did a big heel turn, was set to have this big, awesome fucking, heel run, and they ruined it. They killed it dead on arrival. They had 2 weeks of him being a good heel. One of those weeks of being a good heel, and they had him say something that he really fucking hated, and I do agree they went too far. Having him use the real life leukemia of one of his actual friends to push a villain storyline, which was just really bad taste. Even though I don't even like Roman Reigns, I think Roman Reigns is devoid of charisma. I think he's not a terrible wrestler, but a very generic one. Roman Reigns is just very, he's just very meh. And no matter how meh I think he is as a wrestler, as a performer, I will never ever be happy that he had leukemia and that he nearly died of leukemia. Because he's not a bad guy, he's a really sweet guy off camera. He's a really nice bloke. I wish him the best. But having that leukemia line was vile. and Moxley wasn't happy with it. A lot of the fans weren't happy with it, and I certainly wasn't very happy with it. But yeah, Moxley, you know, wasn't a fan, was very upset about, and them having him saying a line. I think he described it as one of those lines that after saying it, he felt disgusted. I don't know what to do in here. I just need to dig down. I just need to, it's so dark, I can't see. I don't know. I probably need to get up there somehow, but I don't know how to get up there unless I need to go a separate way in, and this is meant to be the way out. Because I think Far Cry 3 had this where, like, you're meant to go out this way, not go in this way. So I need to find a different entrance higher up. But, why? Why are you down here? But the issue is like, a lot of the time getting up hills is really annoying in these games. Because as you can see, well, I can go up these grassy bits, I can't go up these rocky bits. Because if I try to, I just slide down. Which is another problem I have with Skyrim. Thinking about it, I talked about Skyrim earlier. One of the most annoying things is trying to get over mountains. Because I know you're meant to fall on the roads, but it's so slow. Okay. So yeah, AEW Fight Forever. So, you know, I stopped watching wrestling, WWE, because of WWE mean shit. And then John Moxley made an appearance at a brand new company called AEW. Now, I'd heard about AEW, I was kind of excited for it, but I didn't know that the show was happening when it was going on. And to my surprise, I saw in the news that John Moxley had made a surprise debut at AEW. So I was like, fuck, I need to watch AEW immediately. So I took the plunge. I looked up the event online, I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It was like, it was just good wrestling, with good in-ring storytelling, and I really enjoyed it. So I figured, you know, I'll take the plunge, I'll give this company a go, and if they're good, they're good. If they're bad, I just won't bother with wrestling anymore until a good company comes around. Luckily, AEW, I fell in love with it, loved it. The storytelling, while not perfect every single week, is one of the best wrestling shows I've ever watched. It is kind of like old school WWE in terms of interesting storylines, but without going the whole attitude era of being, you know, just kind of gross and outdated with the things you say and do to people and the way that you treat women. Just very outdated things that WWE used to do. So AEW is not perfect, but I really enjoy it. And so I was really excited when they said that they were going to have a game, because when I first got into watching them, I was like, I would really love an AEW game. And then they said, we're going to be more like the arcade ones. I'm like, okay. Well, like the arcade ones. Okay, I'm okay with that, because I really like WWE, what is it? WWE, Here Comes the Pain. So they said it's going to be like No Mercy, and I've always heard that No Mercy is good. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll give this a go. I was really excited for it when they were showing gameplay when on the big YouTube channels, on the big gaming YouTube channels were, well, the big wrestling YouTube channels were playing it. It looked really cool and really interesting, so I was getting excited. And then I played it. And it was okay. It was fun. It was fun, don't get me wrong. Fun game. For about 4 or 5 hours. And then then the faults and the flaws really start to reveal their ugly heads. That made me jump. Even though I didn't look like it, I don't think that made me jump. That little pop of that gunshot, my old Daisy mod days, there was screaming me to start serpentining. Yeah, so AEW Fight Forever. A good game at heart, but not enough content, and it's not polished enough, and it's too low budget. I think with more time in the oven to cook, more development time, more
We did not just miss the action.
Is that Buck?
We met.
Man,
Oh, Herc.
Cavalry,
Yeah.
man. I was gonna roll up
A bit more time to cook in the oven would have been a fantastic game. Just they needed a higher budget, needed a better team than Ukes, I would say. It just felt like one of the games where like, Ukes were like not passionate enough about it.
Man, I do not understand what you are saying. I don't speak your language.
I think what you meant to say is that the Royal Army won't know what.
So for the first game,
See, we're the golden.
for the first game, solid. But the issue is, they said we're not doing yearly releases. We're gonna keep supporting this game, and at first that sounded great. They are supporting it. It's kind of slowly. Now, granted, it's only been 4 or 5 months, I think. So give them a bit more time to cook some stuff up, and we'll see when they are in about a year. Hopefully it's a lot better. At the minute it's a 3 stars. The story mode is kind of meh. It's kind of ugly, some of the graphical decisions they made. It's just very low budget, but it's a game where the wrestlers that worked on it were passionate, but the developers who worked on it weren't so passionate. And next is City Skylines. I'm really looking forward to the sequel. Really looking forward to the sequel. I have a proper... I didn't listen to any of that cutscene, by the way, as you can tell. I had a lot of fun playing City Skylines. And, unfortunately, all my cities ran into the same issue. The AI could not cope with my roads. And that was probably my design. I was probably just making too many corners, too many, confusing paths for the AI to get around. So I started having issues where hearses wouldn't turn corners they were meant to turn to get to dead bodies because the AI couldn't figure it out. My city started to go into shit because dead bodies weren't getting picked up and everyone was getting sick from dead body sickness. You know, from exposures to the dead bodies decomposing. Because, like I said, the AI just couldn't figure out how to turn that corner and get to the bodies. So all my cities just ended up collapsing. So hopefully in City Skylines 2, they fix that. So I'm looking forward to it. Exoprimal, fun little game. Don't have many thoughts on it. The demolition class is was so easy when I played to become the top guy, because I played in that class with no upgrades and I got to like the top of the leaderboard for most amount of damage, most amounts of points. It's just so easy to do damage and get points as that character. No, pretty much nobody else apart from a healer can probably get close to you in terms of score, unless you're doing a bad job, in which case just get better at the game. Next, DC League of Super Pets: The Adventures of Crypto and Ace. Here we go, a not controversial one at all. A bad game. Yeah, really, really bad. It's by the guys who made Race with Ryan, Adventure Paws, Paw Patrol, Adventure Bay, things like that. Really cheap, shitty kids games. Not good. Nobody had any high expectations. And it was still bad. Just bad games. Oh, I don't want to go in the water. It's dark and there could be crocodiles in here. Oh. I don't like crocodiles. So yeah, DC League of Super Pets. Really shit. Really shit. One of the shittiest kids games I've ever played. Really shit. Okay, next. Grand Theft Auto 5. So I replayed it because it was on Game Pass. So I replayed the story, got all the achievements from the story. Not as good as I remember. And so a lot of people say GTA 5 is one of the best games ever made. I would say no. No. So GTA 5 is fine. It's good for the most part. But it's got the same issues as Red Dead Redemption 2. Too restrictive. We've got this big open world, and you kind of get punished for exploring the big open world a bit too much doing missions. You can't really utilize the big open world, and a lot of the things around you doing missions. It's a little annoying. It's overly scripted. It's kind of, the writing is like, it just wasn't very interesting. It just wasn't interesting. It's fine. The game is fine. It's just, I disagree with it being called a 10 out of 10. I disagree with it being called an amazing game. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's far from a bad game. I just don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I just don't think it's an excellent game. I think it's just fine. Like, probably 3.5, 4 stars. But not a 5-star game. Not a 10 out of 10, maybe like a 7. And then the online mode gets a 1, because it used to be really fun. And now it went from a fun online game with some microtransactions to a game where the microtransactions are the only thing that matters to Rockstar, and it's no longer fun. So, yeah, fuck you, Rockstar. For killing any and all fun I ever felt and got out of GTA Online. Because you sucked on the fun out of it. Next is Paw Patrol in the movie Adventure City Calls. Very generic kids game. What can you do? Persona 3 Portable. A really good game. Why I prefer Persona 3 Fez? Persona 3 Portable is a serviceable, good game. And while I've not finished it, I'm going to go back to it after I completed Persona 3 Remake, whatever it's called. Persona 3 Reload, I think it is. Which I am looking forward to a lot. I will go back to it once I've completed Persona 3 Reload. And I'm really looking forward to Persona 3 Reload. It's coming to Game Pass in February. February 17th or something like that. Of 2024. So I am very much looking forward to it, as much as I'm looking forward to Persona 6 and maybe Persona 5 Tactica, maybe. I also want Persona 5 Strikers to come to Game Pass because I own it on PS4, but the frame rate is so bad. It's 30 FPS and it's so choppy. It just kills the fun. So yeah, it's yeah. Where is that? It's on the outside. Yeah. So yeah, what was I saying? What's really choppy and what's really not fun? Don't know. Can't remember. Alright, Hogwarts Legacy. I'm starting to get a little concerned there's something wrong with my health. With how bad my memory is. Like, people might be going, Vaughan, you might want to see a doctor. You might be having early signs of, like, Alzheimer's or something. And maybe, I don't know. Okay, next up, Hogwarts Legacy. One of my favourite games in the year. By no means a perfect game. It's got a ton of flaws. And the biggest flaw being the story. The campaign is kind of shit. Like, the story is just kind of shit. So, hear me out. The main plot is good when it focuses on the students and the classes. The main story is bad when it focuses on those temples. and the main plot of, like, you know, the Deathly Hallows and the main villains and shit like that. It's just those sections are so painfully generic, and so devoid of creativity. While the rest of the game is like from a gameplay perspective, the combat is fantastic, way far better than anything I would have anticipated. The way that they handled one combat is so good, but everything else is just kind of naff. Like the it's been months since I played it, so forgive me. So the whole thing with you, like, having your own room to create potions in, to breed animals, to save animals from poachers, is really fun. The story mode and all that shit, well, not the story mode, the story stuff and all that isn't as fun. It feels less creative, it feels less passionate, it feels more just like chucked in. It doesn't feel as well written, it doesn't feel as more personal. It just feels like they knew they had to put a story in, but they weren't really sure what they were doing, and so they ended up putting something in there and it just didn't really work. So I'm hoping for the sequel, they focus more on Hogwarts, they focus more on you being a student, with classes, with friends. Just, you don't need to make it must save the world, must protect people from a big bad evil. You don't need to do that. You just need to make it about a life in Hogwarts. Some may find that bland. For me, as a big Harry Potter fan, I just want a game where I'm a Hogwarts student. I don't care about there being an equivalent of Voldemort. I don't care about there being an equivalent of fucking, well, I don't want to say spoilers, but you know what I mean, if you've ever played Hogwarts. Like, I don't need it to be overly fancy. I just want to be a student in Hogwarts, getting to know my fellow classmates and my teachers. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's all I want. I want to be able to roleplay. I want to be able to be a student in Hogwarts, playing Quidditch with my friends. That's it. And by my friends, I mean, it doesn't have to be online, because I don't think it needs an online. I want to be able to make friends in the game with other students. I want to be able to roleplay. I want to be able to have that simulation of a school life in Hogwarts. That's what I want. And that's not what we got. Which I knew we weren't going to get, but still, that's what I want. And I know I'm probably not going to get that. But that is what I want, personally. We'll just leave it at that. That's what I want from Hogwarts. I want less of a big fancy story about saving the world than I want. And yeah, I don't want a world where I need to save everyone and do all that. I want a world where I can befriend classmates, make rivals in school, and be a Hogwarts student and do Hogwarts shit. And I would be very, very happy with that. Okay, next is Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise really surprised me. I bought it on a whim when it was on sale. I've never played a Tales game before. I know nothing about them until... I knew nothing about them until I played Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise is really good. The combat is really good. It was like very weird at first, but then it really got better as it went along. It's very well animated. The worlds and the design of the worlds are very, very well done. Even if I'm not crazy about that anime style, that you see a lot of anime games do with those kind of backgrounds, those fantasy worlds. It's the thing with those fantasy designs of those worlds is that I've never found them interesting. I've never really and they look pretty, but like, what else is there to them?
I like to keep my knife razor sharp. You said it. Mother.
Okay, so next. So yeah, Tales of Arise, heavily recommend it. Great game. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. If you like old school arcadey racing games and you like Star Wars, Can't go wrong. It's very old. It's dated. It's graphically not very nice, but it is a good old school pod racing game. And if you like pod racing and you like Star Wars, you'll like it. It's good. It's a good game. Okay, next. Overcooked 2. I'm doing a series on this. I just edited 4 videos yesterday. I managed to finally get around to editing them because we ran into an issue with footage bugging out thanks to OBS. And it burnt me out losing that footage. So I got around to redoing them, and they're finally ready. After months of not doing them because I was burnt out. So it's coming, finally. They're being done. We have them on their way. Not that anyone cares, but they're there, not on their way. I'm doing it. I finally put my head down. And, how do I get that? Okay. So yeah. Overcooked 2, really good. Great with friends. Don't play it solo. Play it with friends. Cooking simulator was too much of a simulator for me. But if you like cooking, then it's a proper simulator. You can properly cook. You can properly manage your own kitchen, restaurant, whatever. You'll like it if you have a genuine passion for cooking. If you don't have a passion for cooking, and the reason you don't have a passion for cooking is because you have the attention span of a 4-year-old, then you will get bored very quickly. Very quickly, very quickly, very easily, and you want to have fun. Next. I could do that, but I kind of want to... I'll get that tower first. Next is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I need to continue this. The reason... Sorry. Oh, that's an enemy. I shouldn't be saying sorry. The reason I haven't got much to say about this is because I'm too early on. I barely played it. I uninstalled it for space to play other games, but I am going to go back to it. Because I'm pretty sure I bought that one on sale. Far Cry 3 Classic Edition. I got 100% of the gamer score, all 43 achievements for this one. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Hogwarts Legacy. 100% of that game as well. I went back like months after completing it, and I finished off my final achievements. So, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition has some bugs, but it's Far Cry 3, so it's a good game. It's great. It's a lot like this, but I don't know. I'm nostalgic for it, so it's much better. In terms of so far, the main villain for this, I can tell that they're trying to do a Voss kind of thing about an unhinged bad guy, but he's not Voss. No one can replace Voss. Don't try and keep creating Voss like you have done with Jacob Seed and that lot. Start making original, interesting characters rather than trying to just make a Voss 2.0. Because Jacob Seed and that lot, not interesting at all. Very bland, very boring, just religious fanatics. Don't like it. And then you got the ending to Far Cry 5, which was like, what? I don't want to say spoilers, but it's not an ending. If you know the ending, then you'll know when I say that I think the ending is shit, that you might be able to relate. That was a dangerous one.
That was close.
It was close. I nearly took your head off. Okay. So yeah, Far Cry 3 Classic got some bugs on Xbox One and Xbox Series X, but play it. It's still good. It's missing the multiplayer, which sucks because the multiplayer was fun. And also, if you want to see the multiplayer, because you just can't play it, unless the 360 version, because you can still get the 360 version on Xbox, unless those servers are stopped, which I don't think they are, and you can't play it. Watch these videos on the multiplayer, because they're really funny. I'm just going to say one thing to describe those videos. Dogs. Maybe wondering. Dogs. Dogs. Watch them, you'll understand. Nevail, Shadow of the Crown. So this is a game designed for blind people. It's a really cool concept. It's a game, it's an RPG for blind people. And it's developers trying to figure out how they can make a video game for someone who's blind. And so the game works, the way the game works is it's entirely built around sound design. So the way it works is when you're playing it, it's black. There's nothing, you can't see anything because your character is blind. So you're relying on sound to not only walk around but also to fight, because there is combat. And the way it works is you move the right stick in the direction that you hear the swing, grunt, or whatever from the guy who's attacking you is coming from. And you're using that to not only dodge, block, and parry, but you also use it to attack. And it is a genuinely quite interesting game mechanic. And for blind people, I think that's absolutely brilliant. And I have nothing but respect for the dev team, because it is a really cool concept. Now, because I'm not blind, and again, I have low attention span, I got bored and I stopped playing it. But if you know someone who has bad sight and can't play normal video games, recommend it to them, because they can actually play it, and while it may not be their thing, it's done really well. And even if you don't want to play it as a video game, play it as like an immersive ASMR game, because the sound design is fantastic. Get a good set of headphones and give it a go. You may be really surprised. Again, that is Nevail, Shadow of the Crown. Big hats off to the developers. Did a fantastic job. And honestly, like, thanks for fucking making games for people that can't. Thanks for making games for blind people. Like, just in general, like, that's really, really nice. Just like develop your time to make it for such a niche audience, and make it so that they can play video games. Really fucking nice of you. Like, not just in terms of like the consideration you have for other people, but the fact that you're taking that challenge on to do it. I just respect it a lot. Minecraft Windows is next. So I 100% in all the achievements. I use an achievement map. Minecraft I've been playing since the 360 days. You know, so 2013, 2012, that kind of time. And it's good. Minecraft is a good game. It is an objectively good game. The early issues of Minecraft is what I have with games like Terraria and shit like that, is where there's no tutorial, and you're expected to just figure shit out. Or, in Terraria's case, just open a wiki. Like, what's the problem? Just have a wiki page open on your other monitor? Well, what if I don't want to do that? What if I just want to play the fucking game and I don't want to have to look over to a fucking wiki every 2 minutes to learn how to build something? And it was like, well, no, fuck off. The game is poorly designed. It doesn't explain things to you. It's a bad game. Okay? I don't care how much content is in Terraria. I don't care how much fun you have in Terraria. It is poorly designed and is not beginner friendly. It's a bad game. Okay, so Minecraft had that issue. And then on the 360 edition, they started adding tutorials. And that was good. Tutorials are always good. You should always have optional tutorials in video games. Always. Games should always have tutorials. Because as much as I'm talking to you, who may, like me, be someone who plays and has played a lot of video games, we have all of this internal knowledge. We have all of this experience where we know, pick up this game, oh, yeah, move the stick, left to aim in, right to shoot. We know all this. Okay? We know it, we don't need the tutorials, we've got it. But many people don't. They do not know the nuances of video games, they do not know the language of video games, they do not understand what we understand because they have not had the opportunity or have not experienced what we've experienced. Because when you played video games for the first time, you had no fucking clue what you were doing, and neither did I. Me trying to play Bully for the first time, I didn't know there's the minimap in the bottom. So it told me to go to the boys' dorm, And I was just like, where the fuck am I? What am I doing? Where's the boys' dorm? I don't get this. Because I didn't realize there was a fucking minimap in the bottom. I was fucking 10. I was a dumb little kid. Eh? I've played a lot of Jack and Daxter, shit like that. But I'd never played a game... well, I actually played games like that. I played GTA 3 and Vice City and shit like that. And San Andreas. I don't even remember if San Andreas and that lot had a minimap. It's been so long since I played them. But either way. As a kid, playing Bully, really struggled with it, but the tutorial helped me a lot. I needed that. And if that wasn't in the game, like in Terraria or something like that, I'd be fucked. It would take me so long to learn the game because I'd be expected to do it on my own. Just sometimes hand-holding isn't so bad. Don't hold the player's hand for the whole game. Just hold it. Just hold their hands for the first 40 or 50 minutes, and then after that, leave them on their own. Let them figure out the game. Let them explore. Let them play the game. Okay, moving on. Next game, to talk about is Maneater. It is a game where it's an RPG where you play as a shark. And it's all about killing fish and killing humans and being a giant man-eating shark. Very weird game with some good humor. And I had a feeling I was going to miss that. So yeah, those games are just fine.
I need to talk to you.
What?
The truck's seriously damaged. Use the repair torch.
I don't have a repair torch.
You know, now that those propaganda broadcasts...
Okay. Back to the yeah. Got you, bitch. Yeah. So back to Maneater. So yeah, solid RPG, solid little game. Oh, you're friendly, aren't you? Okay, cool. Solid game. I got a bit bored, but it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. Okay, next is Mortal Shell. What the fuck is Mortal Shell? I don't remember this game at all. I'm guessing I didn't... Oh, that was cool. I probably shouldn't go near that. Oh, I got impatient. Oh, there we go. We'll finish going up this hill and then we'll find a way into where we need to go. Find your first shell. Oh, this is a Souls-like. Yeah. Didn't like it. Okay, next, Serious Sam 4. Didn't like it. Next up, FIFA 23. So I only play these for achievements. I don't buy the FIFA games. I only played it because it was on Game Pass. FIFA games are shit. They're shit. They're purely designed for the Ultimate Team mode, which is just how they sell microtransactions. They're shit. Don't play them. They're shit. Even FC24, which I know is selling... Sorry, FC23, or is it 24? I don't know. The new one, the football club game, the EA football club game, because they've no longer got the moniker of FIFA. Really shit. Really, really shit. Don't play them. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Play it. It's a little clunky. It's a little dated. And even back when it came out, it was a little, what's the word? Oh, cougar. Or is it a panther? I can't tell the difference. I'm not good with the animals. I know my cats and I know my dogs. I don't know wild animals that well. Oh, get up there, get up there. Haha! Fuck you, cunt. You can't get up here. Yeah, I think it ran away. Okay. Ow, fuck. Okay, I need to find this ground thingy. Thankfully I've got headphones on, so I just need to listen to when it gets to its loudest. Oh, it's right now. Okay, so I just bust this one open. Oi, prick. Shut the fuck up. Shit. Okay, all good, all good, all good. Okay, next, select Sleeping Dogs. Yeah, fantastic game. Dated, but good. Shit me, shit me, shit me, shit me. Shitting me. Okay. Shitting me? What? Okay. So yeah, Sleeping Dogs, very good. Heavily recommended. China is beautiful in that game. Great combat. It's kind of like the Arkham games. Would have preferred it to be more like Yakuza, but hey, what are you gonna do? 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 So yeah, good game, good gameplay. It's a good game. Okay, next is Bully Scholarship Edition. Why can I still hear it? Did I not pick it up? I guess I didn't pick it up. One of my favorite games of all time. Bully is incredible. While many may disagree with me, I think that Bully is Rockstar's best game. By far. It is the most interesting, the most conceptually... I pressed X to descend. It's B. So yeah, so Bully is the most Did I just lose picking that up? Or did I already... I don't know. I hope not, but I'll go grab that. I think I did lose picking it up. Which is something that Far Cry 3 didn't do, to my knowledge. Fuck me. This is the parts of Far Cry games I don't like. When you respawn and immediately a guy in a turret just spawns and starts shooting you. So yeah, Bully, incredible game. You play as a high school student in one of the worst schools in the country. It's alumni nothing but arms dealers, serial killers, and corporate lawyers. Real scum. And it is an incredible, incredible game. I fucking adore that game. Again, this is a different location. It is phenomenal. I heavily recommend Bully. It is just fantastic. I love it. Also, Joe Rosenthal. Listen to his band Big Wake. They have like 30-something listeners, if even that, on Spotify. Hugely underrated band. They're fucking brilliant, so listen to him. Okay, next is so yeah, Big Wake. Listen to him. Next is The Witcher 3. So this is another one that people are going to disagree with me on. So Witcher 3. First playthrough, I loved it. Enjoyed the combat, enjoyed the game, loved all of it. Second attempt at a playthrough, found the gameplay really boring. Third attempt, found the gameplay really boring. Fourth time, just can't get into it. I know what the story is, and I know what okay, so the story, I would say, would probably the main thing that kept me going. But also the fact that I was interested in this world, I was interested in the characters, and I was enjoying the gameplay. Going back to it, I don't really enjoy the gameplay anymore. I don't know what it is, but that gameplay just doesn't do it. I think what it is I've found my perfect gameplay, which is Yakuza. And I maybe it's because of Yakuza and that I no longer find other games fun. Maybe, I don't know, and that might be unfair to Yakuza to say that, but I just don't find the gameplay of Witcher 3 fun anymore. It just doesn't do it for me. Which sucks. How do I get in here?